and welcome back to another video.
Yeah, we have a Druid versus Deathspeaker. The new cool kid in town, I think.
Yeah.
This Druid deck, Steam Druid, as they say.
Steam Druid, yeah, I've been seeing it a lot lately in the Discord and Facebook groups, so I'm curious to see it in action.
Yeah, it's a fire water. I think it's the first deck we're going to see, so we'll take a look here. But yeah, I mean, there was a recent tournament that happened, I think Free City, something like that.
Yeah.
And it was won by a Deathspeaker, actually, which is funny because that's what we're watching it against. But
yeah.
The stats that were recorded by the Golden Eagle YouTube channel said that there were 34% of the decks were this Steam Druid, so...
That's actually, that's quite a bit. Yeah.
Everyone's excited. But I mean, to me, it looks like fire, water, good stuff.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much. Yeah,
like,
that's what.
Think of all the good cards in those two colors, and you'll probably find it.
Yeah, I mean the auras. I mean, Great Famine, Atlantean Fate, really good cards.
Well, Atlantean Fate is just it's top three, top two water cards. Yeah, top one.
Probably.
I don't know. And
your personal favorite, the Trinket.
Yeah, well, honestly, the Trinket is really good with Tawny, with Druid, right? Because, like, you're spawning Tawny, and that thing has Airborne, so you just give it the extra power. You can give it 2 extra power. But on top of the fact that you're pretty aggressive, right? With the War Horses and the Coliques and 3 cost 4/4s.
Yeah, the Red Caps. And,
I mean, Boudica, obviously. No, like, it's definitely aggro, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Infernal Legion is really, we're talking about that, and I think that card is really... Because you can't really play minions close to it, because you'll just, like, burn them. Yeah. Adjacent anyways.
But honestly, Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you're in the middle of something.
No, it's just, I just feel that with the triple thresholds, especially in this deck, I'm not sure how it'll perform, because I was, like, saying earlier, the Mesmerism, the Plague of Frogs, there's a lot of 3 or 4 threshold in this deck, so I was always wondering if this was, like, the right avatar for this deck.
For the deck. Oh,
yeah, because it's, there's no cores, there's no mixes. So sometimes, like...
But you might be enticed by the fact, though, that, like spawning the Tawny whenever you play a site puts early aggression, and then when you flip, you have that Bruin, and also the Avatar's effect, right, when it switches, is, like, deals a damage. So, you put all this pressure and damage onto them, and then later on, they take this extra damage from the Avatar.
Yeah, that is true. I do like the Plague of Frogs and the Snowball.
Yeah, Plague
of Frogs seems to love that combination, or even the manuscript.
Yeah, the necrotic manuscripts. Yeah. I think in his primer, the guy who won that like major event that made this popular was saying that he's not playing any sites that don't provide threshold, and I think that's maybe a way to try to answer the issue that you're bringing up with mesmerism and all the triple and quadruple, like heavy on double, quadruple, and triple threshold requirements. But I don't know, looks interesting. I mean, this card, I've always looked at this card when I'm going through my water cards to get other cards, and I'm always it draws a card, so that's good. But yeah, so I'm happy to see it in the deck, and I'm curious to see it in action, obviously.
Yeah. And my personal favorite, Blaze.
Yeah, Blaze has been seeing a lot of play, especially in our group.
I love this card. It's so good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's take a look at the opponent on Deathspeaker.
Interesting, Deathspeaker with water.
This is a big deck. Jeez, well, we're going to have to do some scrolling. Deathspeaker with water. Oh, good point, yeah. Another Atlantean Fate. Card's too tempting.
Yeah. So, interesting enough, Abundance. Giving the extra mana, so probably wanting, because I see there's a lot of like 6 casting cost creatures, Ghost Ship, Grandmaster Wizard, the Djinn, Ninth Legion, so...
Yeah, I'm actually lost here. I have no idea what's going on here. I mean, it's interesting to see something so different, right? Like, I have no clue. Is this
Probably just, I'm guessing, because he's rather a newer player to the group, so maybe he's wanting to try out a lot of the cards. And... probably the Abundance because of the Twist of Fate, because that's really a mana-intensive card to cast. It's like hard to get, especially later in the game. The Occult Ritual to get the extra mana, and just a bunch of stuff that will get you good Genesis effects when they come into play. So you got your Grain Sparrow, the Land Surveyor. The Fate Changeling, so on. So I personally play fire. Water is not my go-to for
for
That speaker,
Deathspeaker.
yeah. I find fire does provide a lot better Genesis abilities when being cast, but I mean, he's trying something different, so I'm curious to see how this will work out.
Ooh, only one Grandmaster Wizard. Every time my opponent plays this card, I cry a little bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wonder if
I think it was against you a couple of weeks ago. I was able to cast it for 0 because I was on Death's Door, and that's always great. Yeah, so I think 2 should be the standard. I mean, obviously, it's such a good card. Yeah.
Sometimes you can even put
Especially when you're playing like the if you go to the card Occult Ritual and the magic spells.
Yeah.
And it says, gain 2 this turn for each allied spellcaster. So essentially, you probably would want 2 Grandmaster Wizards.
Are there any other spell? Well, there's these guys.
Yeah.
I guess.
So
This is okay. He is playing three elements, right? There is the earth as well.
Yeah, that is a
Sorted animals. Interesting. I don't know. It's definitely nothing like we've seen before. So I mean, and it's a long video, so like
I mean,
it must put up a fight. So I'm really curious to see what goes on. Also, I noticed it has the Nimbus Djinn and Summoning Sphere combo, but I don't see much card draw. So again, I'm curious to see how we're gonna fill our hand to make that a thing, or maybe he just wants to put all of his spirits. There's a lot of other spirits too, so it's not just a Nimbus Djinn combo. So yeah, I mean, we'll take a look at the game plan.
All right, let's get into it.
See what happens.
I'm very excited for tonight. Our bi-weekly meetup is today, so I'm excited to get some games done.
Always fun times.
Curious to see if anyone's going to bring a Steam Druid deck.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Probably.
Probably JS.
Probably. So this is, I think, a first for Deathspeaker versus Druid on this channel? Possibly?
Most likely, yeah. I think this is even this maybe second Druid video? Possibly.
Yeah, we've had Druid before, but I mean, specifically Druid versus Deathspeaker.
Yeah. How many times have you played Druid yourself?
None, actually. No. I've played like, Geomancer, Witch, Sorcerer, Archie, Deathspeaker, Spark Mage, so it's just,
just haven't gotten
learning, because it's like really wanting to learn, because like when you play with a particular avatar, you want to take the time to learn its strengths and weaknesses. So it's like, I don't want to play just, considering I only played like once a week, so it's kind of hard to really get familiarized with the avatar really, really well. So I'm just taking my time, getting a feel for each avatar. Then eventually, when I'm comfortable, I'm like, okay, I'll build like another deck. Yeah, so
fair enough.
Where you have
I have
14 decks.
Degeneracy problems, but that's a whole other conversation. We're talking about you here. Okay? We're not talking about me. I mean, so Tanya. Okay, so whenever I see my opponent put the Druid down, I do kind of get a little bit nervous, even though it's just a 1/1, and like eventually they're gonna flip it over, and that Tanya, when it dies, won't come back anymore. Still, I kind of get worried, like how fast will they be? Is kind of the question I always ask myself. And then, you tend to kind of start building. So, now, Deathspeaker, I think, is famous for building back like that instead of coming into grade 13 or 8 on the second turn. But still, like you might want to consider it anyways as against the Tawny, because that thing's just coming in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna eat my words.
Well, I mean, it has to be because that only provides mana and threshold in the back row, so you're kind of in that position where you really, if you play it on square 8, it doesn't really do much for you. So I understand the play.
But I mean, like, no reason to play another site and like play that following turn or the turn after. I mean,
maybe. It all depends on the threshold, what he's wanting to cast. So,
to me, like, if you would have played a site on 8 last turn, and then, like, well, perhaps Patrick wouldn't have done what he just did. And also, like, they're saying things change, of course, but, I mean, that's one damage, and if you got 1 or 2 trinkets in your hand, perhaps that's 3 damage. And you're happy with Tawny being killed by one of your opponent's cards because it's just coming back for free.
Yeah. Yeah, this card is really good. It's really difficult to deal with because it's just, reoccurring. Like if you don't kill both, it could just kind of, get the other one come back and
Which is why I'm kind of inclined to play it on the back row when I play my first one, knowing that the second one can be played further up, but as long as it's nearby. You know what I mean? I like to protect that because, yeah, you mean like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff happens. So, you also have to wonder, right, too, because putting it on grid 13, unless he plans to be aggressive with it, which I mean, I think defeats the purpose, right? I'm pretty sure the whole point is to tap it to get the second one. Putting it on grid 18 still allows it to protect grid 13 in a stressful situation. So you get to protect itself as well as defend the site should you need to.
Yeah, because had he played it on 18, the violent, if let's say JS decided to play the violent, it would have,
hit nothing. You could even put it on 19, right? And then summon the next one to 13 if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Or 18 to because that one will. So yeah. Honestly, perhaps I think the best one would have been put it on grid 19 because you're going to tap that one, so it's farthest away and can't defend anyway since it's tapped. And then the second one you search for goes to 18, which can then protect 13. And should it die the following turn, you just rinse and repeat with the one on 19. Yep. Violent. Is that an alpha? That is an alpha, right?
Yeah. I have 2 playsets of those. Very nice. I love it. Yeah. The artwork is so beautiful.
Yep. Okay. Minions lose charge, I think.
Yeah. Nearby sites.
Yeah.
So
there's a couple of these sites. There's one in air that takes away stealth. And it's a couple of them that are not Genesis abilities. There's some good sites that have a Genesis ability, and then obviously it's done after. But this one and I don't remember. I think it's called Watchtower, maybe. The one that gets rid of stealth from nearby enemies. It's just really good that they're just like always like that. So no matter what happens,
active,
you can't give stealth, you can't play stealth. Like they're pretty good. Okay. Summoning sphere. Summoning sphere occupying your own sites. Is that?
I might have played it on
all of
one square, one down, like, square 3, 4, and 8, 9. I would have played it there, but I'm curious what's the reasoning behind.
Maybe he just didn't feel the need to have to invade 3 and 4. He just felt safe and comfortable with 9 and 8 as the options.
Oh, okay. So the
it loses charge. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. I mean, you can still cast it, so it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this going back to your point earlier that those sites are really, really good because it's not a Genesis ability, so it's always active.
Yep. Pretty good stuff.
Even if I see that site against my Fury deck, then it's like
we have
to work around.
When did Tawny die? Because I think we just had the classic forget to put Tawny into play.
Yeah, that's true.
See, that's what I'm saying with the problem. It's the same thing that happens with those cores and shit that we put on the side and we forget about them.
But that's why I'm always like...
I'm telling you, it's no good.
But that's why I'm starting more to get into the habit of, like, if I have stuff on the side, maybe play more on the site or at least have a dice on your avatar or something. So kind of like it's like an extra reminder or something. Hey, don't forget, or maybe on top of your deck.
Mm-hmm. Like, what is this doing here? Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so
there you go. Yeah. It's okay. We understand. Is that a Captain Baldassar? No. What art is that? Is he playing Captain Baldassar?
Yes.
Yeah, but what was that art, though, that he was half revealing the tease, He's just teasing.
Now, does taunting have to be summoned to the site of the avatar? I always forget because I'm not familiar.
You summon it to the site that
you played, yeah. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm not too familiar with Druid. I played against it a couple times. I remember a while back, Jerome had a Druid deck and was really aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
He played like 3 sites the whole game, and he was just like constantly going in. Mm-hmm. And I was just drawing kind of not great that game, and he just was able to like smash, constantly bash, and I think he had the trinkets too. So, and it was really, really aggressive. I was really surprised from not what I was expecting from a Druid player to really be a super aggressive. 3 sites coming in, smashing, and pretty much like killing me quickly. like you said, that Tawny, you know, that one damage, one damage, one damage. It's like,
You put a trinket.
and then
on it.
you're like, okay, I took 4 damage from this bird, so I need to.
Well, then you kill it and it just comes right back. Right?
Yeah, so that's another thing too. Yeah.
So in the end, he did have Captain Balthazar.
Yeah.
Also, has I don't think I've seen him play any Genesis minions. Could I be wrong about that? Well,
Yeah.
like he plays them in his deck, but I'm saying like so far we haven't seen any come into play, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's maybe my one. I don't want to say maybe like criticism, but I think there should be a lot more Genesis creatures in this. Playing Deathspeaker that's what you want, really.
Yeah. So I wonder if with the
Like even the Ninth Legion, it's a death right ability, so it's kind of. Okay. So JS is coming in.
I mean, it's possible the idea was just like play the cards that he had in his mind that he wanted in his deck, and then the avatar that came to mind was one that could give him some value off of some of the minions he was playing, anyways.
Yeah, that's true. So JS,
Coming in for
coming in for the attack. So
it's 5 damage.
I've been really like, because we see the Red Desert, and recently I've been really appreciating. I think I underappreciated the value that 1 damage does.
Mm-hmm. Oh
And
yeah, well that plus
lately,
a violin.
more and more, I've been realizing it's really significant. Sometimes sometimes it's a game changer, just to have those deserts come in and ping.
For that 1 damage, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, I think it's a recurring theme. Honestly, is like what just happened.
Land Surveyor.
Oh, it looks like he's possible that he believes Deathspeaker will bring them back permanently. Is that possible? Might have just been a misunderstanding of the avatar.
Mm-hmm. Possibly.
But yeah, like honestly, those deserts, like you're saying, with like a violent even, just 3 damage. Like you have to play
the minion, yeah.
Yeah, you got to play the site anyways. So it's like not like an extra cost to deal that 1 damage. You got to play that site. I mean, I guess the cost is what other site could you have played instead of that one? But whatever. Like we're in the business of dealing damage here, so
Yeah.
deal damage.
Like maybe realizing.
Yeah, it's very likely that just thought that the cards he can bring back anything and it just lives. Which I guess,
that would be too much. That would.
Are you more of a land surveyor kind of guy or a leprechaun? Kettle top
This
leprechaun?
conversation, yeah. Yeah, there seems to be 2 camps, with the Leprechaun,
Yeah.
Kettletop, and the Land Surveyor.
Well, I mean, land surveyor obviously
I
in
think
Deathspeaker, right?
Each has its place depending on what you're doing. Like if you're doing Deathspeaker shenanigans, it's obviously beneficial for the Genesis ability, but if you're maybe wanting more bodies on the either attack or defend, with that 2 power from the Leprechaun, and then you don't care if it dies. I mean, maybe even not, but I mean, you get to draw a sight.
Yeah.
So it's like
Interesting.
I really think it depends what your deck is trying to do. And one being Genesis ability, one being Death Rate ability, the 1 versus 2 power. So, like if I'm playing Archimongo, obviously I'm going to value the Leprechaun a lot more. But
Oh, because of the extra power.
the extra power, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Deathspeaker, you play the Genesis, right? Like,
Yeah. Anytime that you don't have to draw from your Atlas and you can just draw from your main deck is like extremely. I mean, my Deathspeaker deck, it just like there's a lot of things that draw you cards anyways, but if you could just, draw that one extra card from your Atlas, it's so much better. And then you cast it from, your graveyard, and then you draw another site that you don't have to draw from your main draw phase, so it's really, really good, I think. Okay.
Seems like I'm really curious. It really seems like Patrick's about to do something crazy because, I mean, it looks like the game's going to end in like 3 seconds, and it doesn't. So,
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this plays out. Because, I mean, JS right now is doing, he's got his imps, he's got his Tawny, he's got,
I mean, yeah, can't really attack. Well, you can attack into the free city. I mean, the first one will defend, but then after you get...
Yeah.
But then after the next one, they can attack. Okay, no, yeah, you're definitely not going into that free city. That's absolutely...
No.
Okay, drawing 3 cards is always good. It's even better than drawing 3 cards. Drawing 3 more cards with a second copy.
That's true. Yeah,
okay.
If you had 2, it would have been...
I was asking you
much
before
better.
about whether or not they got rid of the intercept rule.
Yeah.
They did not, right? It's still a thing?
I've been following the rules lately, and there's been a lot of talk on Discord and stuff like that, so I think there might be some people trying it, or...
Because I'm pretty sure we've all been doing intercept wrong in our group. Like, can you think of how many times you or I have had a unit, a minion, in one of our sites, and the opponent just moves into it, and then is like safe because I'm not attacking, so you can't defend.
Yeah.
Like, you can intercept that.
Yeah.
So like I think about how many times I've done it, I've seen it, I've experienced it, and we've never intercepted. And like, if I'm in a location and you just move into it without attacking, and I'm already there and untapped, I can intercept you and we're fighting. There's like no moving freely into my site if I'm there. So we've definitely missed that a whole bunch of times. Okay, Tawny. Oh yeah, Tawny going into the pristine paradise is really good, right? Because
then this provides
turns it off. Pristine paradise. Is it a bad card? I don't think so. I think it's actually quite a good card. You just have to be very careful with it, right? Which makes it like dangerous. So like that danger could potentially make it unplayable, but it's still good enough that I'm willing to take that risk.
Okay, so he's playing Geyser. So he floods the site and gives each minion airborne.
Okay. There you go. That answers my question. It's like, what's the big deal in this deck specifically about flooding a site? I don't see any synergy with the sites being flooded, unless I'm totally missing something. And then like airborne is nice, but it's like, yeah, you're not just giving them airborne to protect them from your opponent's attacks. Like, you can then also do attacks like that, right? You can now move nearby, which is pretty good. And then drawing a card,
I mean, for 2,
yeah,
and you get to draw a card, so it's like really,
it's like, I guess in its place they would be playing Riptide perhaps in a different kind of water deck, right? Like, there's no Riptide in here, there's no Riptide shenanigans happening, but that's a 2-cost cantrip, right? So like 2 costs, do something good for your deck, draw a card.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, playing the trinket on his Vile Imp. Okay, so Patrick's sacrificing his Grandmaster Wizard. But then he could recast it if he chooses, so we'll see if...
Drawing 3 more cards. Seems like we're going to absolutely go into Death's Door next turn. I don't know. Drown is like Berry, correct? It only hits 1 minion?
Drown... Yes, submerge target minion or artifact.
I don't see how we're avoiding Death's Door.
Okay, so Holy Ground gets 3 life.
Oh, Plague of Frog. Block for
I mean, if he has Plague of Frogs,
He only has one water threshold.
well, I mean, his annual fare,
Okay.
so he could pay for the threshold.
Damn, there's no. He has Earthquake, but Earthquake won't affect the Pristine Paradise. It's a shame there's no. What's that card? A card called? It's like the cave in for water. Like, you know, bury all, or submerge all minions at target site.
Drown?
Oh, he is playing it. No, Drown is the one that's. No, we just finished talking about Drown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
The Great Flooding. No, that's an expensive card. Right?
The Great Drowning of Min?
Yeah, it's a big one. Okay.
Maybe.
Balthazar is killing a. Oh no! Wait, what's going on? Oh, unit or a site. Nice. Okay, I thought it was just a site. The defending player discards our topmost 3 spells. You may cast each of those once this turn.
Ignoring threshold.
Okay, well he's got 6 mana to work with. Oh my god, that's how you not go to death's door, right? Minor explosion just hits every unit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane. Deal 3 damage to each unit at target location 2 steps away. Unreal. Just cleared the board just like that.
Okay. Well, he escaped
So
that store.
Geez, yeah.
So Captain Balthazar doing.
Well, I guess the answer to my question is Captain Balthazar. How does he escape death's door next turn? Gain 3 life, just to start off. Immediately after I finish talking, gain 3 life, and then pretty good. Now that thing is the only thing on the board, right? So if JS can't put a defender or get rid of it, it's gonna give him 3 more cards. He might as well just play the geyser, right? He doesn't have the the mana for the beast. Can you imagine?
No, but the mana for the beast, yeah, because it's what 5, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, he does, because now that those, well, I don't know if they realize, but now that the Pristine Paradise is vacant again, it gives him the mana. Doesn't he have 7? 1, like 13, 14, 15?
So he used 3 for minor.
Oh, it costs 3. It costs 3. Sorry.
Yeah,
I was thinking about Drown costing 2, and I was assuming that minor costs 2 also. Okay, sorry.
How Canadian of you.
Just apologize for
Just apologizing first.
Yeah, but we can still geyser if we want to draw a card, but he might have something better in his hand. True, right?
Yeah, depends what he has in his hand, but
what costs 4 in his deck?
Ruler of Thal, Withering Hero.
Oh, or assorted animals. He's in that for how much? For 4. So search for 4 beasts.
Yeah, for 4 different beasts. The combined mana cost of X or less. So
Polar bears.
it has to be like 2. I mean, you could get the Green Sparrow. The bats, I believe, is a beast, right?
The what? Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the bats.
Yeah, because of the falconer. Okay, whatever. He got the polar bear and the green sparrow, so some more life gain. Okay, but JS's hand looks like it's pretty big, right? It looks like he's still got a bunch of cards, so we got a lot of fight left in us. Ooh, they go in the hand. Jeez, I keep thinking cards do things differently.
Yeah.
I guess it'd be way too strong if they went into play.
Yeah, that'd be busted.
JS has Sir Agravain in his hand. That's the one that has stealth, and when an adjacent ally attacks, he attacks too, but doesn't lose stealth. It's pretty good. Well, he strikes. Yeah, he strikes. So it's pretty good if you can get him close to the avatar.
Okay, taking care of both. Yeah, I don't blame him. It's because it's problematic.
So I noticed after all the hype we both expressed towards the card Infiltrate, there is none in this deck. I think Disintegrate is probably in its place. And if that's the case, or possibly even Shadow Strike is in its place, would you play Infiltrate over one of these 2 cards? Or would you just, if you were going to play this deck, you would just play it as is?
I'd probably make a couple of changes.
No, leave the Infernal Legion alone.
Shatter Strike, I'd probably go down to 1, maybe. Yeah, and maybe 2 Blaze.
Would you? Okay, interesting.
Yeah, just because you have a lot of like these bigger creatures, like
But no infiltrate.
Maybe, maybe.
So
I don't know if it's to place that card for this deck in particular. I mean, it's good. It does steal. But then if you can't, if you attack with it and it doesn't die.
Yeah, but sometimes all you need is that last little like, prevent them from doing something with it. And then also you just get that one swing when it's time. And if they kill it, then they're killing their own minion.
Yeah.
Jihad is a good card, right? As you may or may not know.
Oh, yeah. I know a thing or two about that card.
Did we forget Tawny again? No, we didn't play a site. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he moved up. Interesting. It's time to switch over to Bruin, I guess. Shortly. We're putting we're tightening the aggressive screws.
Mm-hmm.
But look. The thing is that we were saying, like a card like Infernal Legion. Honestly, I underestimated the hell out of that card for the longest time until it got played against me. Same thing as Blaze. There's some cards in this game where I just underestimated them until I got them played against me.
Yeah.
And he's got 5 sites, and the game is kind of at this grindy place right now. So if he just draws he starts drawing his big guys like the Infernal Legion or the Phoenix, he's just playing them next turn, and now he's got this massive thing. Plus Jihad, right? If he puts it on 18, just kill the polar bear. Deal 3 damage, and then there's this 6/6 to deal with. It's crazy. Yeah, you put it on 19 maybe. Oh god, then attack into 20 the following turn.
Okay.
Get some submerged froggos. Yeah, they should be submerged, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to submerge them. It's part of the Genesis requirement. Yeah. So
I think Patrick's got the cards to justify his own manuscript, right? The necrotic manuscript.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's got this, he has the Plague of Frog himself. He's playing Deathspeaker, so minions dying to drawing a card. Lets him replay them.
That is true, eh? It's kind of interesting where if you play the manuscript on your minions, you sack the minion.
Yeah.
As a Genesis ability, you just replay it and gain.
Yeah. I mean, he's also playing the turtle, right? Like, ignore the first instance of damage. This card literally just says draw a card for free.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm wondering if maybe in my Deathspeaker deck, if I just played the manuscript.
Are you playing water?
No.
But still, just because we're talking about the Genesis?
The Genesis ability. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if it has a place for that, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm playing a Land Surveyor, and then I play the manuscript, he dies, he draws me a card, and then I recast him, and then he draws another side.
And you do want to have a lot of cards in your hand because of the Djinn, right? So
yeah.
So, try me. I mean, it's unique, so you might not always see it, but geez, it could be worth it. Oh, the card that you've been turned away from?
Yeah. It's not a bad card. It's just I think the deck that I'm playing in, there's other cards that are much more effective.
He's good with Jihad though, for sure, right? Jihad, like,
yeah, because now you can play power.
Yeah, well, also you can play it next to the avatar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, okay, yes, Sir Agravain and Jihad, of course. Again, just Jihad showing its fucking.
Jihad is so good. Yeah. Like,
it's crazy how it doesn't feel that way with Crusade though. Like, it doesn't feel. It's
maybe
like the same
just
thing.
A minion card base between the two.
Yeah, it's just so strange. I don't know.
Because fire threshold, like fire creatures do have a lot of charge.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference between the two. You know, because you got your monstrous lions, your warhorses and so on. So it's just, I think it just feels that much more powerful because of the charge, because then you could just slam it and then attack with it right away, you know.
Interesting here, yeah. The kobold can even strike backwards on the Bogart because it has the extra power.
Mm-hmm.
So no crazy. Oh, but this could be another argument for the sphere being on the like one grid space lower, the summoning sphere, because then Patrick could have, summoned the Bogart on the Carleon on grid 4.
Yeah, I think that's where I would have played the summoning sphere. Because like if I'm gonna have, sites between 11 and the whole second row between 11 and 15.
Yeah.
And I want to cast my minions closer to my opponent's avatar. I'm going to want to put it further
in, yeah.
Further in. I think the placement was not correct, but I mean, unless there's like a specific reason, but I feel he should have placed it, one spot further in. That's just me, though.
So if whose turn is it?
It's Patrick's. So he's.
Okay, that's interesting. If JS has a red cap in his hand, what else has charge? The violin. Oh no!
The violin. What?
They lose charge because of the sight. And unbelievable. So there's no way for Aggravane to get extra damage on the avatar next turn. Because if JS plays any charge minions to attack the Deathspeaker and trigger the Aggravane's ability, he can't because they'll just lose charge.
That is true.
That sight is pretty good. Pretty good versus this deck, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Highland Falconer. More blockers. Actually, yeah, see, fuck, it happened again. The Mirror Realm, or whatever. What's it called? Mirror Realm?
Yeah.
Yeah. There should be a Tawny on top of that. Right?
Yeah, I think like even in one of our future videos, it's like I not to give too much away, but like as the game goes on, and I was like looking at the video, when you start to feel a bit more confident, you start to realize, oh, I made this mistake, that mistake. You know what I mean? Like not mistakes, but like, oh, I could have done this and this and this more to been much more effective and kind of, I guess you could say, be a little bit less sloppy. So. And then when there's like a lot more things going on, because now you see there's like a lot going on with the sphere, with the jihad, and there's like a lot more sides being played. So there's a lot really to take in.
Yeah. I mean, the game has, it's quite a complex game, right? I mean, there's a lot of things going on just in general. Like the game, like by its nature also, where it is just very like, a lot of things to keep track of and processing. Yeah. So it's I mean, we're playing enough and we're playing when we can and getting better as we play, and things are getting cleaner, overall, I would say. Like nothing, not perfect, but we are still less than a year into this game.
Yeah.
That has all these avenues and angles. So I'm not too worried about the bumps that are still happening.
No. There's like, because even like some interpretations of cards can be, viewed differently from person to person. And
well, that's where that golden rule comes in, right? Did I tell you about that, or did you see that?
Rule. Yeah, you told me about it last time. Yeah. So, and I think even some, like not so much on video, but like in person, because a lot of our player base are French Canadian, so English is their second language. So sometimes their interpretation of the cards might not be what they think it is. So that's why, for people who don't know, we're hosting a come learn to play and come join the Assorted Animals on May 30th.
Oh, yeah.
That's
true.
To maybe get some new players, lend them a deck, kind of get them involved, and
I think that's
teach them to play.
It's been promoted and announced, I think, across the Facebook, the various Facebook groups.
So if people want to learn about that, you can go to the Montreal Assorted Animals Sorcery page, and if you're in the area, you can learn about it. Come join us. Talk crap about Mark's decks, building seals, and
seems good. Yeah, there's the Tawny.
There's the Tawny.
We got
You
there.
just talked about it.
We got there.
It's alright.
Sorry. Yeah, it's pretty populated environment. I mean, the kobolds could attack the falconer, and then end of turn would kill the sparrow. No,
Yes.
unless he double blocks, knowing they're gonna die anyways. But they're both one power, are they not?
Yes.
So they couldn't even kill the kobold. I don't know. Seems like an attack I think I would have made if I was Chase. Especially because then it gets the
Like, anyway, at the end of the turn, it has to strike. I think maybe that's what he's waiting for. At the end of the turn, strike adjacent units.
Did they forget about that? Oh, no, because it's still Patrick's turn. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like this side too. Of Draft Bridge.
Yeah, and we definitely don't play. Oh, wait, sorry, that's Airborne.
Airborne minions top have +1 movement.
Okay. And what's the one that has that gives the ranged people +1? I feel like we don't play enough ranged cards in our decks.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a good ability.
Oh, I think
What happened?
JS drew and the Cabals didn't strike any.
No,
Oh no, because it's
strike
Chase's turn now. Okay.
Yeah.
Thinking it was Patrick's. Never mind.
They strike at the end of the turn, yeah?
Yeah. No, because for some reason I thought it was Patrick's Cabal's minion.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. When you get old, the eyes go first. You know? The sight goes first.
Yeah.
It's okay. I've been misspeaking all video long, so. Are we gonna flip that druid? Is it time? Yeah, I think the correct play here is Kobold attacks Falconer.
Ooh.
Okay, or just put it. Oh, we
So it
don't.
takes 4 damage because
But he doesn't want to block with the Sparrow. I mean that submerged thing
they can.
with the Swan. I guess he's willing to keep the minion alive and just take 4 damage.
Because even at the end of turn, the Cabals will strike. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
like,
they'll strike again on the Avatar, I guess. Holy God.
dear Lord.
Yeah, so that Agravain being playable with Jihad is actually really, really strong now because right next turn, if that Kobold is still alive, or even the cat, anything attacks. Oh my God! If they both attack, right? Then the Sir Agravain just strikes each time.
Mm-hmm.
My God. There's a potential 4, 7, 11. There's a potential of 14 damage next turn. Obviously, everything has to live and no blockers and this, that, and the other thing, but... So I think that's why I would have maybe been inclined to not put the 4 damage this turn and kill the Falconer to get rid of those blockers.
Yeah.
Especially knowing I'm going to put the cat down. He could have also double blocked and killed the Kobold, right? He's got... Or is that Siren 2 power or 1 power? Oh my God, why is it only 1 power? Deep Sea Mermaids.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Really just using it for the Genesis ability.
There was no hope. That Kobold is being a menace. But yeah, so JS played another site. I guess he's... he can probably stop there, right? I think his whole deck is now playable, and I don't know how much he really cares about doubling up on a turn where he plays a big boy. Like, doubling up for sure. It's an aggressive deck, so no doubt. But if he's going to play a big thing, I don't think he needs 8. I don't think he cares too much about that extra 2.
So how is that moving there? I was curious how the knight is moving.
Well, he has movement +1.
Oh, moving. Okay. Yeah, you're more familiar with the knights since you tend to play with pretty much all of them, or most of them anyway.
Yeah. So if I read the rules correctly, there was no chance to intercept there. Well, he has stealth anyways. Because yeah, I think intercept is only when you move into the site, as opposed to moving through units.
Okay, playing the orb.
Falls asleep. It's disabled until it takes damage. Oh, I mean, that's interesting. That's actually pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
3, 6 damage. No. I think Patrick has to keep those guys there, right? Otherwise, there's a 14 damage swing coming through. Unless
he's at 2 life anyway.
Yeah, he might just deem it impossible to prevent Death's Door.
I don't know if I would want to put that there. Because let's say if JS has a charge creature, he plays it on score 19 because of Jihad, then he attacks score 20 and he can't block.
Wait, say that again?
Because right now Patrick put on square 18, right? What, his minions?
Yeah.
But let's say next turn, JS plays a charge creature, a fire charge creature, because of Jihad. If he plays it on score 19 and attacks score 20, he puts him on Death's Door.
No, but he can't because of that site that makes it lose charge.
Oh, shit, that's right. Okay, yeah.
But that Aggravane is still alive, so that's what I mean. Like now he tapped those guys, the Aggravane just attacks for 3 and puts him to Death's Door. I don't know what the I'd be curious to hear the reasoning for both, tapping your blockers and also moving them. Well, didn't he have the trinket also for Tawny to just make it kill him? Right? Like, why not put the trinket on Tawny?
Yeah, that's true. Right?
Unless he's planning on attacking anyways with
maybe he feels like he could put him at that store with another minion. So
I mean, he got 2, 4, 6, he has 7 mana, so he played Brother Knight for 4, and he's got 3, so maybe he has something he wants to do with the 3, but again, I think Death's Door is the priority, is it not? We especially want to prevent more life gain or that Twist of Fate card.
Yeah. Yeah, but you need the mana difference between the 2 lives, I believe. If I remember the card correctly.
It's not just about taking any amount of life and paying that much.
X is the difference between the 2 life totals. So because it's 1 in 11, you have to pay 10.
He almost can. He's just missing 1 site. He's actually almost there. If JS moved in with his Druid and then played Plague of Frogs, he would get 14. Because of the orb. Right?
Yeah,
the orb effect.
That's true. Yeah, the first magic spell. That is, yeah, that's true, right? You could have got 14 frog tokens. Yeah, so like when it's like a board state like this, I'm never surprised if there's like a mistakes made because there's like cards over cards over cards over cards. It's
okay, but again, I don't understand. What am I missing here? Because did the trinket get like ripped up or something? Like, why didn't the trinket get equipped to Tawny?
That I don't know.
He only used 5 mana last turn. Like the graveyard has Disintegrate underneath the plague, and that's from fucking 3 to 4 turns ago. I don't understand. Do you understand?
I do not.
JS will have to Speak up.
Yeah, we'll talk to them after.
But even the Agravain is still tapped for some reason. I guess he just wasn't going to move it anyways. So he just left it there. But I don't know. Unless I'm like greedier than I'm supposed to be, I would have attacked. If not the trinket, at least attack with the Agravain.
Yeah.
Put you to death's door.
Because right now, what does Patrick have to defend on square 18? He has a Sparrow.
And the Falconer.
And the Falconer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have a feeling there's a couple of missed opportunities here.
Still pretty crazy board state, yeah. Right?
Yeah. So that is...
the turtles.
Turtles.
But again, so you maybe play it on 19, right? Because now the knights can go and attack the 20.
Yeah.
Unless he's just, again, like not caring about Death's Door and just wants to protect, you know what I mean? For
That's
like
true,
for when he's at Death's Door.
So the turtles are how much? 2 casting? 2. 3. 2.
No, 3.
3, yes.
Well, Ruler of Thelt. Honestly, it's so funny to... I'm really happy about this because it's literally just like net deck versus pure brew, right? And we've got a crazy game going on. It's really good. I can't say that.
But like you said, it was like had JS moved up his Druid and then played
14 frogs.
14 frogs by
Also, none of the frogs were played in the back row, so like can't defend any attacks on the back row. I wonder why. Maybe he's gonna snowball.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, move everything into 8 and then snowball. Oh, but you know, the Agravain having stealth means it's a guaranteed attack on the Deathspeaker when he's at Death's Door, right? So,
yeah.
So maybe that's why you never attack with it. Keep it stealth until the last second.
I mean, you could put him on Death's Door now, for sure.
But that's correct, though, right? Like, the stealth will just go through automatically?
Yeah. He'll lose stealth once he attacks.
Yeah, I guess Tawny does it also. Boom. Boom. Yeah, you got an earthquake, right? Earthquake on 17, 16, 12. Yeah, this is the kind of game where when it's done, you make sure you count all your cards.
Yeah. It's funny enough, 2 unique sites side by side.
What a unique situation.
Oh, Jesus. See yourself.
Of my own home. Shit.
So...
Yeah, that's true. So attack the Tufted, because then Agravain finishes it off.
So I think he's just trying to clear off his minions.
So I mean, like, valid and all good, but not necessary technically because of the Agravain. I mean, of course, Deathspeaker could just move, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Are we going to see a snowball for the win? I wouldn't mind seeing a snowball for the win.
It'd be a first, I think, on this channel.
No.
We'll see.
No.
We'll see. No.
There was a Seer game with Nicola where he killed JS, I think, with a snowball.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that didn't happen. Go watch the video.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well,
and Patrick can also put him to Death's Door, right? It's just Like get out of that. Get out of the way of that Aggravain. Oh, but no, but Aggravain has movement +1, so he can come chase.
Yeah.
So what do?
I think it's pretty much game for
Earthquake? Earthquake does it.
Yeah.
Earthquake would kill the
It'd be funny, he does the earthquake, he gets it all done.
God, that's a berry. Okay. Well, I thought it was earthquake for a second. I was like, shit, no way. He actually has the earthquake. Oh, that's true. It'll bury 2 things, right?
Yeah.
But still, how do you get rid of the Aggravain? Interesting. Well, if he does end up losing, it's a mighty good effort. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, considering that Deathspeaker is like this homebrew deck, kind of just trying a bunch of different cards. Not what I would normally expect from a Deathspeaker deck list. And it's been doing quite well, actually.
Oh my god, Ruler of Thulkin. Oh my god. He has Ruler of Thul, right? He just revealed it, but remember he drew it before?
Mm-hmm.
The Deathspeaker can come on the other side. Get away from the Aggravain. And there's nothing there, but like he didn't
I wonder if he realizes that.
Yeah, but see, like JS didn't flip the Druid, right? So like there's no damage being taken by coming into those nearby sites. And yeah, you're just kind of like really safe, right? Oh my god, yeah. Wow. Is this a...
Does he realize that, though?
I sure hope so. I would say everything, like all odds have been against him in the entire game, and this is just incredible to witness. Literally every time I've been like, how is he going to get away from this? He has like the thing to get away from it.
Yeah, it's like amazing.
Oh, it's Pompetti. I didn't realize. The ruler.
But I mean, even if he moves on the other side,
What?
with the ruler,
Yeah.
Jazz can then just move the cabals down.
No, but it's asleep.
Oh, there was a sleep. That's right. He played the sleep on it. Because I was like, he could just move it down and then turn it, will just strike it.
No, he passed. I don't think.
I don't think he really.
I don't think. Okay, it's either he didn't realize or they don't know. They either both don't know that stealth is a free damage. Because like, the game's just over, right? You just attack for aggravating, and it's over. Can't be blocked. I mean, that works too.
Yeah, that works too.
But still, right? I don't know. Okay, but then again, if okay, so even if Patrick moved to the square 3, that card Infernal Legion was still gonna kill him.
Yeah. So
I guess, but still, like, still put yourself in a position where you get yourself out of that
mess,
that
mess,
right?
yeah.
You know, like force your opponent to have that kind of card. Also, but I guess file him too, but whatever.
Well, I guess this proves your point that it's a good card for the Legion.
Infernal Legion, yeah.
But Patrick putting up one hell of a decent fight.
Right, yeah, really strong. No snowball.
No snowball, unfortunately, but I mean...
That's okay.
That's what I mean. You should watch the next video.
Yeah.
Or watch our previous ones. Maybe there's a couple... But yeah, I really was really not expecting it to go this deep, and then...
to the length that it went.
Yeah, and both players just really having a good match, and I think this is like one of those matches that you come out of that even if you lost, it was still a really good game, you know. So,
but also I think we wouldn't necessarily just to bring down the mood a little bit. I guess we wouldn't be in this Ruler of Thul situation anyways if because like there's that trinket. It's like right there in JS's hand. So like that tawny attack that was just for one, there's like absolutely zero reason why it didn't just attack with the trinket.
Yeah, but going back to my point earlier, maybe it was just when there's so much going on.
Oh yeah.
You kind of you tend to forget, and something you should maybe make a note of. But I can understand too, because I'm sure I've done the similar mistakes. So
we all have. Yeah. Well. Okay. Not bad.
Yeah, and yeah,
pretty happy to see that. Yeah, for sure. Very, very good. I think we're going to see Patrick again in the next one.
Yeah.
So give him a chance at redemption, but I don't even know if he needs the redemption. Like win or lose, I think he's still that. I'll give him the MVP of that game just because
he did really well. So
really great stuff.
Yeah. So
okay, yeah. So we'll
see you in the next one.
See you next time.